Hello everyone, this is Eagle and welcome back to Steel Division 2. So we are still with the US divisions, and today we are going to review the 2nd Infantry Division, or as they call it, the Indian Head. The 2nd Indian Head Infantry Division landed in France on D-Day and quickly found themselves locked into brutal close combat in Hedgerow Hill. It's mentioned here by the game that the American soldiers did not have enough experience, basically, and they gained most of their experience in Normandy, and they were able to break out of Normandy, and they fought also many battles like Battle of Saint-Lô and Liberation of Brest. The division has some unique units like the M4A1 Rhino tank and full automatic assault squads. It also has the fast Hellcat tank destroyers, the Xylophone light multiple rocket launchers, and elite ranger squads. The game here classified the 2nd Indian Head as an excellent all-round choice because it's able to put several specialized units to dominate almost any kind of fight in the battlefield. That is what is mentioned here regarding the 2nd Indian Head. I did a little research and here is what I found. So basically the 2nd Indian Head Division was formed in 1917 at Bourmont, France, and it's considered the only division organized on foreign soil. This division landed in Omaha Beach, France, 1944, and continued fighting for almost 300 days. The division also fought in the Battle of Bulge, and it was able to hold its position. And the nickname actually was driven from an emblem a truck driver in the division had painted in his truck during World War I. So it has nothing to do with Indians or anything. It was just an emblem which was drawn by one of the soldiers in the division during World War I. Now, regarding the historical accuracy and the implementation of this division in the game, I found that this division is quite inaccurate. And the reason for that the US rifle squads in the US Army never got 2-bar machine guns. So basically there was no full automatic squads or full automatic assault squads in the army during that time. The army infantry squads never got 2-bar machine guns until the mid of 1950. What happened is that there was actually spare bar machine guns and also bazookas in each company HQ. And the purpose of having those spares is actually to provide them when needed only to the squads. But they were never authorized to be used as a standard armament or a standard loadout for the infantry. So the normal accurate infantry squad had 12 men, and only one of them had 1 bar, and there was also supposed to be 1 soldier that is carrying an M7 grenade launchers, or at least a bazooka, and that is not implemented here. So infantry loadout in general in this division is pretty messed up. Also, it's worth to mention that the Rhino tank sometimes carried flamethrowers. So that is also not implemented here in the game. Anyway, that's all what I got regarding the 2nd Infantry Indian Head. So let's move on and see how did we configure this division. So I have to say that I saw many videos regarding the 2nd Infantry Division in particular, and lots of YouTubers mentioned this division as the strongest division in the game. They put it in something called S tier, which is like the highest tier in their classification. And to be honest, I didn't see it that way. I mean, the division has everything basically you need. In every tab, you get all what you need. But the problem is that most of the infantry units are actually weak. So especially the infantry. This is supposed to be an infantry division, and the infantry is not good in this division. I tried to take this division in random setup and I failed bad with it. Then I tried to build it in a balanced income as usual. Still, I didn't achieve much good results with it. I mean, the infantry is bad, the tanks are bad, even the support is not that good. I mean, you do have the 105, but this Howitzer 105 millimeter is supposed to perform better than this. The air units also are not that good. Anyway, I tried to do it. It didn't work with me. It might work better with other players. But here is how I set up this division. So moving to the recon tab, we do have some snipers here, which I did not use because the slots are very less in this tab. So I just used the rangers, which carry bazookas with them. Because here is one important info about this division is that it also lacks 80 weapons like the bazookas in the infantry section. So I had to use these rangers. I used one of them in phase A, which provides you basically with 3 units only. And then I used the M8, which is the biggest strength about this division. So 1 card in phase A. And I used scouts because they have good optics. Now moving to the infantry tab. We do have several choices here, but to be honest, I did not like any of them. So moving to the basics, and I don't know what kind of unit is this, because this is also a 12-man squad, and it used to be like this until 1942, but why include it here, I'm not sure. Anyway, I used one of them in phase A. Then we have this rifles early and rifles late. And basically the rifles early are the 12-man squad which I was talking about. And the rifles late has 2 bars and 1 Thompson. So this is the inaccurate thing. This is the inaccurate squad. Because in World War II, the US Army had this rifles early only. Maybe there was 1 Thompson with the squad leader, but definitely there was no 2 bars. Anyway, this rifles late is needed because the division infantry is actually not that good. Moving to the engineers, we do have the engineers here with TNT, I mean normal engineers, what you would expect from them. Then we have this rangers with flame and grease gun as well as Thompson. And I was surprised to see the performance of these are very bad also. It's not what I expected during the fight. And we have this demolition group as well. And I like this one because it's like multi-function unit. It has flamethrower, it has a bazooka, and it has the semi-automatic rifles, and also the M2 carbine, which can be used in closer range. So this squad is like jack of all trades, and it can do basically close combat and medium, as well as it can hunt tanks. But you only have these in phase C, and you only have 1 card of those. Other than this, we have this rangers light machine guns, but the squad is only 6, strength of 6, so it's not of big use. And other than this, we have some leaders. So that's basically how I set up this division. In the infantry tab, I did not use the assault groups. I didn't see the value of them. And I did not use the rangers, the light machine guns. Moving to the tank tab, we do have the M4A1, the normal Sherman, and then we have the M4A1 Rhino, and this is the strongest tank in this tank tab. which has a frontal armor of 420 millimeter, but it also have a very bad gun, which is 90 millimeter penetration only. And we do have the normal Sherman as well. We have the M5A1 Stuart, but I did not use this one. Also, we have very limited slots here, so that's why I used one card in phase A from the M4A1, and then the Rhinos in phase B, and then another M4A1 card in phase C. And here we go, the support tab. And we have flamethrowers, so I used one card from these, one card from the MGs, heavy machine guns. And then we have this M3 Howitzer, 105 millimeter, which is supposed to perform better than this. I mean, the rate of fire is very low, and I didn't feel it's good enough. I mean, the stats shows otherwise, but when I actually tried it on the battlefield, it was not that effective. For some reason, I'm not sure why. Anyway, then we have the M4A3 105. And you only get to have 2 of those in phase A only. One commander, and we have this Crocodile, and this is one of the best tanks also in this division. It has frontal armor of 150 millimeter, but again, it only has 90 millimeter penetration. Don't have that good tank that can actually penetrate heavier tanks, except for the Hellcat, which we'll come to it later. We have the Ranger T30 HMC, which basically a support vehicle that can have range of 1500 meter, and it has like 50 HE shells. But these are pretty weak if they got caught, so you need to be very careful if you use those. So I did not use these. Other than this, that's all what I did in the support tab. In the anti-tank tab, we have the M1 gun 57mm, which is a very good gun. The only problem with it is that the range, because the range is only 1500 meter. And we have the M5 gun, the 76mm, which has range of 2 kilometers. That's the best thing about it. And then we have the M18 Hellcat and the M10A1 destroyer. And I don't know why the M10 actually has this high price. It has price of 80, while the Hellcat has the price of 50. Maybe because of the frontal armor. But again, I mean, this tank is not that good in performance, basically, because the gun, you only have 2 ABCR shells, which can penetrate up to 185 millimeter. But then after that, you have the normal AB shells, which only have penetration of 130 millimeter. So that tank doesn't deserve that high price, or that anti-tank. Sorry, that tank destroyer doesn't deserve that high price. On the contrary, the Hellcat, only problem that it has this weak frontal armor, which is 20 millimeter. It also has only 2 ABCR shells, 185 millimeter penetration. And then again, it has the same thing like the M10A1 tank destroyer, which also have range of 1750 meter. I think it's the same here. Yeah. So it doesn't differ much than the M10A1 tank destroyer. Only the frontal armor has an issue, and of course it's a very fast tank destroyer. I think the M10A1 should be decreased. I mean, the price should be lower than this. But anyway, I did not use it. I only used the Hellcats. And the anti-air is not the best thing also about this division. I mean, it has the Bofors 40 millimeter, and it has the M16, but you only have very limited slots as well. In the artillery tab, you do have lots of choices. So I used the mortar, the M21 81 millimeter in phase A, and then I used the off-map artillery. And I like this gun actually, this long tom 155 millimeter. When you have it vetted, you get 10 rounds per minute, and it's a very powerful gun. It has high damage and high blast as well. So it can be used to counter enemy artillery or basically anything you wanna hit in the battlefield. So I used one card of those. Of course, if you wanna build your division to be more about artillery, so one card is not enough. But I'm not always focusing on artillery, especially when I am testing the divisions. But in normal gameplay, if I take this division and I face an opponent which focus more on artillery, for sure I will lose, because this division can provide some artillery support in such setup, but it will not be able to overcome an opponent who's focused completely on artillery. So that's how I configured it anyway in the artillery tab. But what I'm saying is that this could be configured very differently than what I did. Moving to the air tab, we have the B-38J, and I'm surprised to see that this plane has a bad resilience. I mean, it has two engines, so it's supposed to have better resilience at least than the normal fighter. It is pretty fast, but as I said, it's very weak. So that's the B-38J, which I used one card of these in phase A. And then I used the B-47 as a fighter bomber. And then the B-47 as anti-tank plane as well. And also the B-38 as a heavy bomber, or a heavy fighter bomber. We have only also B-38 as a rocket launcher, I mean as a rocket plane, light rocket plane, but I did not use this one. And we do have the B-47 fighters, but these are pretty expensive. I mean, I could have used one of these, but it has really some good speed, but I didn't like how it is expensive. And we also have the same one. I mean, this is with an ace and this is without an ace, and basically they are the same, it's just a different color. Yeah, and that's basically how I configured this division. Let's move on and see how did we perform in a battle using this division. So everyone, this is today's game. I'm playing on the right side and my opponent is playing on the left side. I believe he's playing Rehma Rabbana, which is one of my favorite divisions, to be honest. I used to play this division a lot, and we will come to it when we will evaluate the Axis divisions. But for now, he's playing the Rehma Rabbana on the left side, and I am obviously playing the 2nd Infantry on the right side. My opponent name is Infernokoi, if I get the name correctly. So we both started deploying our units. And since I was playing Rehma Rabbana a lot, I know its weakness, which is basically the tanks. doesn't have anything good against tanks. So I started deploying my units here, and I focus more on the southern front, deploying M8s. Also, my opponent did the same. The Reh Marabana also has another weakness, which is basically the slow transports. So let's see how he's gonna overcome this. And the game starts. We both play balanced. So I tried to move as fast as possible. And I was easily able to control all the flags almost. He was able to destroy one of my units here, but I was able to get into this side, and he's pushing large number of troops into this flags, this flag in particular, but I was able to destroy them all thanks to the M8. He has a bazooka or he has a BTRS unit here, which is targeting the M8. In this side, he was able to destroy my flamethrowers. And he's pushing a bomber. The strongest thing about the Reh Marabana actually is the air. So he has lots of bombers and lots of anti-tank planes. Let's see if he can use this properly. I'm able to suppress his unit here, but he's pushing the BTRS, trying to destroy my M8, and he was successful. So there is a bulge here in my defense, pushing the I-153, which is the cheapest anti-tank plane in the game. But I was prepared to this, so I started with a buffer 40mm, because I know that this is what will happen. When you play Reh Marabana, this is the first thing you would do, that you will choose actually planes, anti-tank planes, to do this. He has this sissy sniper, basically. And the Jakaris also are very good unit. They have flamethrowers or Molotov cocktails, basically. So he's trying now to target my units here. Let's see if he's gonna be successful. In this side, I am dominating the hill and trying to push in the middle. And here we are facing the Jakaris and the Storm Pioneers, basically. I'm trying to encircle his Jakari from both directions. My flamethrowers are trying to push. Pushing another M8. And was able to destroy his light vehicle. He now puts back 38. This is the best anti-tank gun that he has in this division. She's okay, it's not that good. I mean, the range is like 1500 meter, and this is the best that he has, and I know that. But we have here the M4A3 targeting that anti-tank without even that anti-tank able to fire on it. To be honest, the Rehmarabana becomes so weak after the range reworks and lots of balancing, and it's not as it used to be. And that's a shame because it was a good division, but Eugene totally ruined this division. He loses another anti-tank plane thanks to the anti-air. I started from the start of the game deploying anti-air using these buffers. I have pushed also a flamethrower to these jungles. Okay, he was able to finally get rid of my engineers here, but I'm able finally to secure this front. And now using the M4A3, the 105 HE tank, I am able to put my control over this side. I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to counter this, because I also have another M4A1 tank and he doesn't have anything basically to destroy tanks. Wow, that MG is so powerful, it's affecting the T-26. I mean, that's funny. The MG is about to destroy or suppress the T-26 tank. It should not happen. And he's gonna lose it now. Yeah, he lost it. 15 flag to 9, and that's thanks to this front, which I'm trying to control. So he tried to make a fast push at the start, but the Rehmarabana has very slow transport, but even though he was able to push some units here and I was able to take them down, I think he's gonna rely, or he's relying already on the air units, but he lost lots of planes from the start. T-26 is trying to destroy the Sherman, which has no more heat shields. So I think it's better to withdraw this tank before it gets destroyed. I'm moving the M4A1 Sherman. Now I am withdrawing this one. Not sure why this one is not firing. Another bug. Could be because of the elevation, but I mean, there should be some kind of warning or something like that that says that the elevation is not right. Or anyway, on this side, we are able to control this flag. And he's trying to push more to T-26. He has only 9, if I recall correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tanks here, and he's pushing another 2 here. There is 1 here. So that's about 7, and he lost, I think, 2 at the start. So he has all his tanks on the field now. He will lose them one by one because the maximum range of this tank is yeah, 1250 meter. So it's not that good. This tank, the T-26, is basically useless. If it's up to me, I would even remove it from the game. I mean, it does nothing. Except for a few situations, if you are able to attack the tank from very close and from the side, which doesn't always happen. Here we see this Howitzer 105mm. Very low rate of fire. It has heat shells, but it was not even able to destroy the light vehicle here, the BAF. Wow, it destroyed the M8 as well. "13 flag to 11, he was able to finally stabilize the front on his side. Here is one try. He was able to destroy the flamethrower here, and he is pushing forward, trying to take that flag. So far, I'm trying to hold to this southern flag. He almost lost all of his T-26 here. Pushing a bazooka team, I think. Or... yeah, it's a BTRS team. Trying to get that M8. I'm not sure if he is gonna be able to. My M4 is targeting his 20mm, and he was able to take down the M8. The B-38, very weak. When it comes to close combat, the Rehma Rabbana is much better, of course, than the 2nd Infantry. They have this Jakaris and they have the very good units. I pushed one tank here trying to get rid of these T-26. He has an anti-tank gun here, which I think can see that tank. Yes, I think it will destroy it. Try to withdraw. Here is a penetration. I was able to withdraw, that's a good thing. Heavy fight on this side. He's trying to push forward. On this side, I was able to kill all the anti-air. He pushes another two more, the Vicotine. This used to be a great anti-air unit because it was able also to suppress the ground units like the tanks, but now they made it very weak. I mean, everything about this division was nerfed down basically to the level that this division became useless or unplayable, to be honest. Anyway, he has one T-26 in this side, hiding. I think the last two he has on the north. Now he deploys artillery, 105 and 155mm. And I have my mortars here. 13 flag to 11. Trying to take that flag desperately. I have 3 tanks on the top. He's using artillery to support the bush here. Okay, he loses one of the T-26 here thanks to that Sherman. Okay, I should probably push that Ranger to destroy this tank. Okay, another plane. And we lose one unit here. Oh, he lost the T-26 with a flame grenade. Wow. With a flamethrower, sorry. And that that tank is pretty weak. Okay, trying to destroy these planes. Okay, and he loses this one. That's a good thing. Also, I have a very weak fighter. I'm not sure. Yeah, but I was able to escape. Pushing more infantry here, trying to secure this bridge. Advancing my tanks again. In the middle, I'm holding to this front. In here also is the same. I'm trying to at least hold this position. Advancing slowly into the north. So I am on offense now, actually, more than defense. And I know that these tanks are causing him trouble. I mean, they are bothering him. He's trying to get rid of them in any way he can. I'm pushing one off-map artillery. Probably I will use it to push in this side. Let's see if that will work. One Rhinos here and one M4A1 tank. Taking control of this forest. Okay, the M4A3 105mm is now actually targeting this Back 38, which cannot even reach it. For some reason he has his ABCR shells turned off. Okay, this is the heaviest rocket plane for anti-tank, but I have good anti-air. Trying to push a fighter. Oh, I lose the fighter. Pretty weak. I mean, you get destroyed from the 20mm, which is supposed only to do suppression. But this is the Vico team. This is one of the best 20mm anti-air. Anyway, 14 flag to 10. I think we are doing good on the north and on the south. We are about to push here. So he's using his artillery to target these tanks. As I said, the tanks are annoying him somehow. 4 artillery pieces, and it's not good to group them together like this. I mean, he can be lost at once. Things are calm now on all fronts, and that is the calm before the storm. So I'm pushing the M4A1 here, I think trying to take this light vehicle, but I don't see the Anti-tank here. Probably it will target it once it comes in range. Let's see. Trying to fix this Sherman. Okay, I lay an off-map artillery here, but basically no one is here. So that was probably a bad decision. Yeah, I lost the Sherman, apparently, because of this anti-tank. Wow. Lost one of the fighter bombers as well. I am underestimating his anti-air, basically. So now I'm targeting this anti-tank using the mortar. He has cavalry commander here. Okay, and I deployed a long tom heavy artillery to counter his artillery battery, basically. Okay, I was able to push forward one of the late rifle engineers, rifle squads. Okay, I also tried to push here, but I lost lots of engineers. 16 flag to 8. This is a heavy push now on the south and on the north as well. These are the flamethrower rangers. They are not doing so good. We were able to take control of this flag. He's still hammering the tanks here using the artillery. He targeted my units here using this GU-88. However, it's 16 flag to 8. So we are doing a good push. Lots of planes in this division. That's why I'm not advancing my tanks too much, because I know if I get outside of the anti-air umbrella, I will basically lose them thanks to the air units. He's trying to push a Jacari here to get rid of the Rangers, but I don't think this will work, because I have 3 units here. Let's see. Again, I'm doing another off-map artillery, trying to push further. And this light recon is still standing, yeah? But I was able now to push some units here. In the north, he was able to get rid of the Flame Rangers, but he was not able to completely destroy my units. Okay, I lost the Sherman thanks to this anti-tank. But doing a heavy bush on this side and 15 flag to 9, he doesn't have much time. He need to act accordingly. $15 to 9. One minute left. And we almost got 3 flags here in the north. And he decides to leave because it was obvious that this is not going anywhere. So 2,000 kills, 1,575 kills for him. That is not bad. That is not bad at all. Okay, the M8 here did some good job, but by destroying these units. Also the M8, the 105 Sherman really did some great job destroying lots of anti-air and anti-tank units. This Sherman as well destroyed lots of armor. I mean, if we call this an armor, because that is really weak. Other than this, nothing really. See, the Long Tom here was able to get rid of 2 of his howitzers at the same time, and that's because he grouped them together. So that was one mistake from his side. Let's look at the losses. Okay, the sniper. The Jakari here, the Jakari is very good unit. I like that unit. So it was able to kill 2 infantry and 1 panzer and 1 bazooka basically. Here also he was able to destroy an M8 and some infantry using that. This sniper did some really good job. I lost lots of planes thanks to the Vico team. And yeah, this anti-tank destroyed the Sherman. Nothing unusual. So this was it basically. As I said, I didn't like much the 2nd Infantry. I don't think it's the strongest division like other people say. It's a good division, but it's not that strong. Or maybe I was just not playing it right, I'm not sure. But it didn't work for me. Anyway, that's all what I can present for today regarding the 2nd Infantry. Thanks for watching and see you in future review.